Hey Virgo, let's talk about what March, the eclipse cycle, and the equinox, and the full moon all have in store for you, because March is a jam-packed month, I tell you what, of really big events that are happening in the astrological year. The astrological year happens at the spring equinox, and this is where the new beginnings are, right? It is like the New Year's Eve to New Year's Day type of energy, but it happens on March 19th this year. This is where we're really letting go of the things that don't work for us, and we're ready to move into the things that do. We're making our resolutions and we're ready for some change. And that type of energy also happens at a full moon. We can let go of old things that don't work, outdated beliefs, outdated things, outdated people, whatever it is, and move into the new and release that old stuff at the time of a full moon. And for March, it's on March 25th. These energies also combine with the eclipses. I know it's a lot of things, but these are all kind of one and the same. Eclipses are where the universe are kind of like, it's showing us a billboard of what is outdated and what's old and what doesn't work and where we need to go, what direction we need to be going in. So where is all this energy happening for you? It's happening in your financial sectors. It's happening in the second house of money and all the possessions that you have, anything that you hold a value, and how much you value yourself. That's the second house. Then over here on the other side is the eighth house, which is the debts that you owe, the money that you owe from others, inheritance for others, your partner's income, your partner's money. This is a year where those things are really coming into focus. Now, you as a Virgo, you're ruled by Mercury, right? So your mind is always analyzing things. You are more frugal than the other signs, right? You're more logical, you're more focused on these things. Now, I say that, but in the world of astrology, it's one way or the other. So maybe you're a Virgo that's here to learn how to be a little bit more frugal with these things. But whatever the situation may be, this is a year where these energies are really going to be shining a light on that. And they're especially going to be shining a light on it at the time of the equinox, which is March 19th. And then again at the full moon, which is March 25th. Now, this is where it's the billboards from the universe. There's going to be events that pop up. Maybe things happen at work that it's like, there's a potential for you to be getting this raise. Maybe it's a potential for your partner to be getting a raise. Maybe it's a time where you're really, really objectively looking at those debts that you owe and figuring ways to break that down and get rid of it. This is the year where these eclipse cycles that happen throughout the year are going to bring you opportunities to make that money, to find that financial freedom, and to be able to break free of that other side of the debt. Maybe it is through inheritance. Maybe it is through your other partner's, money. Maybe it's somebody just giving you a break or giving you a loan to be able to bring this stuff into balance, Whatever it is, I think these eclipses this month are going to show a light for you how the remainder of this year is going to look. Now, keep in mind, this isn't just financial health, right? It's also physical health falls into that. Physical body falls into that as well too. So maybe this is a time frame where you're looking at maybe having some new beginnings for your body. Maybe it's a time where you're getting that push to get moving forward on strengthening your body. You're Virgo, you deal with health. That is your sign. That's part of your sign as well. And so if your health is out of whack, your life is going to be out of whack, a little bit more so than most people. Now, for my clients, I like to tell the Virgo clients, if you're starting to have stomach troubles, it's because you're overanalyzing. You're beating yourself up too much. You're being overly critical of yourself, or maybe you're being overly critical of others. And a lot of times what will happen is that gets backed up into the stomach area. Maybe this is a year where these eclipses are showing that to you, where it's time to stop living in what the mind is saying and to just trust a little bit more. Yeah, easier said than done, right? I always say the hardest part about being a human is trusting in the process, right? So, but that's the reality of it. Sometimes we have to be okay with not knowing, right? We have to be okay with not knowing every step of the way. We have to be okay with making mistakes. And for Virgo, that's a little bit harder because it's about perfection, right? I want everything to be perfect. I want everything to be right. I don't want to misstep. I don't want anybody to think I don't know what I'm doing. You know what? That's okay because you're human. And maybe this is a year where it's shining a light out in that. The other part of that second house is about how much we value ourselves, our self-worth. And these things that I was just talking about, where we beat ourselves up a little bit too much, or we don't give ourselves enough grace. And then we start to devalue ourselves. We start to settle for less. This is a year where these eclipses are saying, don't settle for less. Don't settle for less than you deserve. Maybe this is a year where you start charging more for your services. Maybe this is a year where you're starting to advocate more for yourself to make more money at work. Virgo is notoriously that sign that puts in the hard work and doesn't get the compensation for it. Maybe these eclipses this year are bringing that to light, and you may see that at the time of the full moon on the 25th, where you might have that opportunity. Just speak what needs to be said. Know that you're valuable. What you have to offer is valuable, and you are valuable as well. So just pay attention to what's happening in these eclipses, and know that this carries through the remainder of the year, where it's about financial freedom and freedom from those belief systems of lack that are holding you back. So, all right, everybody, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.